One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No. Without this competition, I would have never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn. As bright as we can, Dexter. Till the very end. Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they get
Without this competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Blazing Championship Season 1, powered by Blazing Shadow Esports, sponsored by Mobile Legends 5v5, and our broadcasting and media partner being Indian Gaming Corps IGC. And these are the best of three rounds today, with the team being Team Mighty Minions on one side, and the other, our most renowned Team LCF Lakshmi Chit Fund. And with this, I am your caster Asuya. Joining me is none other than Peachy. So, hello, Peachy.
Hello, Asaya, and hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. And today we are moving up a notch. We are going towards that quarterfinals. Now, the game is gonna get more exciting as we close towards that semifinals as well as finals because the stage is gonna get bigger and bigger. Day by day, the competition is definitely getting intense. With that, I want to see how both the teams are going to perform today and proceeding ahead into the further rounds.
Well, yes, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, here we are onto the draft phase. And I highly believe that it will be those standard meta bans incoming from both the teams, and especially actually Team LCF has been out in the open quite a lot. So people have seen what compositions they can go for, what heroes they can go for. So we might even see some respect bans coming from the side of Team Mighty Minions.
That is true. And top of that, it is much needed when you are going against a very, very good team. So I hope both the teams give out their best. Now, moving towards the draft, there might be some respect bans, or maybe they are just trying to choke down those meta heroes onto the ban section. Now, I do feel like the Fanny is definitely going to be onto the ban section.
Well, obviously, whenever I go to any rank myself, or even in the tournament, the most banned heroes out there being Fanny, Bruno, and and personally, I believe banning out Azushin and also a Sicilian is always the best option right there because, of course, these four are the firepowers with the capability of snowballing the entire game, with the capability of being the game changer right there. So these four might be the bans right there, and with that, we do see Alcia banning out, choking down an EXP laner right there with the Phobias.
Okay, the Phobia is a very, very good choice given the fact that he is an absolute beast into that EXP laner. And on top of that, it's been, a ban onto their side, a classic ban coming up. But the Matilda has been choked down as well. But look at that. Team Mighty Minions, they do have their ban coming up, and they are definitely trying to hold, making sure that Lom Lom Maya is not picking up all those assassins.
Rule on Lamai on any of the assassins, he works really well, especially choking down the save for him. And at the same time, a Matilda being taken away, I think a great ban because if there is a Matilda in your team, you can go out for a lot of team compositions. You can go in for a dive in, you can go in for a hitbox. And yes, she works out really well in all of those team compositions.
That is true. That is definitely true. One of the strongest roamers so far, despite being a support, she is still good of a roamer. But moving ahead into the draft, both the sides, one of the heroes left to ban. We are looking at a Bruno being banned as well. What is Team LCF taken about, thinking about to take into the first pick since the Bruno is already banned and they do have the first pick as well? So with that, the Zushin is also going up into the band section. Okay, the Zushin, I do feel like that is much needed given the fact that, Peter does play these kind of heroes. And with that, we are seeing a Hilda getting picked up. They wanted to prioritize that EXP laner. Now, a Hilda coming onto the play, that means that there will be so many invade potential. And if they top it up with a support tank or maybe onto the actual tank, this is going to get quite hefty for the side of team Mighty Minions, but they do have an option to pick up a Lunox to counter it out onto the mid lane, but not quite so early. They still have a chance to pick up all the annoying heroes in this meta right now. What are Mighty Minions thinking about? Maybe they will be going in for a jungler as well as a EXP laner to counter it. A Gatotkacha could work very well, but the Eve is getting taken away as well as the high loss. Now, the high laws are definitely a versatile pick, so we don't know what they are going ahead for. Maybe onto the EXP lane or maybe onto the roam section. Only time will tell. So as we are slowly proceeding towards that draft, end of the draft, we will get to know. But now, Team LCF, they are on the picking side. They might go in for a mage though, because the mage being open, the Eve, and they'll try to counter the Eve, but Asuya, are you there? Okay, maybe some technical
Yes.
issues. Oh, hello, you're back.
Yeah, all the bands looking really good to me, especially if Bruno being banned out right there. I think it's the best option. But then again, I was just going to say that Loma Mai on a Joy can work wonders. And just look at them right there, just gaining, grabbing up the Joy, which they really need for themselves. And with that, Granger
Mhm.
also being a great pick nowadays, especially with the stacks he gets onto himself. The draft looking really, really flexible and really great from the side of Team Elsia.
That is true. That is true. But again, the joy was open. I nearly forgot that the joy was open. So, yep, the joy being prioritized right there. Again, the joy, they need something like a kaja or maybe something onto the suppression to stop that joy for coming in, trying to get a hold onto their mages, especially Eve. When she's going to be on open with the RWM, it is going to get quite a heavy price to pay going down into the hands of Joy, who is just going to run around with the electrifying beat. So, looking at their positions, this is going to be a very, very great deal if they are just out of the position.
I mean, true, like it looks really tanky from the side of Team Mighty Minions, especially because they do have a high loss along with the Tigreal, and the Eve actually provides a lot of hitbox composition, the slow being really there for the health. And with that, if they really want to go for a jungle who needs Snowball, maybe a Hayabusa, and even an Alpha, it might work out pretty well for them.
Oh, oh, that's true. And Alpha could work out very, very well against a Joy, even if Redrin goes for the same. But the damage coming in from the Alpha could be the great key right here to take down the Joy. But again, Fredrin as their front laner, they already have a lot of front laner, so the Alpha could be a very good hero to be going ahead with that. But now, as we go on to the band section, the Sicilian, the Valentina. Now, there's definitely a lot of respect band for Peter. They are just closing down onto the side of Team Mighty Minions. They are just closing down all those mages. But the same goes for the side of Team LCF as well. They are closing down all that marksmen, making sure they are not just picking up the late men marksmen just to counter that Granger.
True, but then again, when you have a Granger, you have a lot of range, especially as it stacks up, the damage keeps on multiplying quite a lot. And with that, I think, Eve is a great mage, but then she requires that snowball into the game. Because if you're able to do that, then she can dish out a lot of damage. She can provide a lot of zoning away. But then again, LCF do have a Joy. And I don't think so that, Joy will let Eve be, especially when she's using the RWM. She's kind of a stand-alone mage for quite a lot of seconds.
That is true. That is true, Asuya. But as a mage, you need to mind your possessions, making sure that you're not in the harm's way because you're the one trying to get a initiation on right there, or just standing up into the back line, dealing so much damage. But Team LCF, they go in with the Farsa. Now the Feather Airstrike giving up a lot of AoE damage right there. So they are just fighting out the zoning potential with the zoning potential, which is something new to see. But Gatot Kacha coming onto the play as well. So, and the Gatot Kacha being onto the roam position. So that means they have a leverage to stand directly, go back to the back lane.
True fight range with range, two of the mages with the highest range in the game, and they can actually work out pretty well. But then again, if you see, Farsa's ultimate cooldown is kind of lower as compared to Eve, so she will be dishing out a lot of damage with the ultimate, especially when it's so low on the cooldown. And just look at that, like just I was saying before, if Team Mighty Minions really want to go for some kind of snowball hero, maybe an assassin, then this is the kind of team composition you really need because they are going in for a link. And yes, I think link will be a great option right there when you really want to catch on to the Farsa. But then again, from the side of Team LCF, they do have a really good early game aggro with the Katotkacha and the Hilda. And I'm sure that Hilda will be going in to invade the enemy jungle. So Team Mighty Minions need to make sure that Link is able to get the buffs he needs.
Oh, you know that. Yeah, that is like a lot of courage to pick a Link against a Hilda. Now, the Link does have another leverage to go directly into the backlanes. But, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to the land of Dawn. And as we expected, Hilda already there, giving up that vital information that the team needs and trying to poke down the Link already.
I mean, true, just look at the aggro coming from the side of Team LCF, but then again, they do have a Tigreal to move them away, and Link successfully just getting away with both his buffs right there. And with that, nothing much will be happening in the bot lane too. it's kind of a free EXP lane. They have a lot of movement rotations because they can actually be left on their own, and the support might go in towards the goal lane or even trying to just invade that red. I mean, just look at the aggro coming right there, the slow coming in from the Eve, and with that they're just trying to dish out his hand. But the Tempest of Blade coming in, he might be get the first blood onto the Hilda, and Ling going in for the second kill right there. But Farsa just moving away with the passive.
Okay, so far so good. Both the teams are just get taken down each other, making sure that they are getting enough blood in their hands and trying to take up that snowball running. Now, the first blood already going into the hands of the mighty minions. This is looking great for them, and also the fact that the Tigreal did get a assist. So this is definitely a very good coming in, and of course, the Ling getting the gold.
I mean, this is what you do not want from the enemy jungler. I mean, Hilda Dubom is doing a great job trying to delay the farm of thing. Just look at him looking so low. He will be kind of dashing away, but the team is there right for the support. And with that, just look at the mid lane, the aggro onto Varsa. She's kind of used, made to force that purify, but then again, the RWN coming in with the Tempest of Blades, and it will be Pookie
Oh.
who will be taken down right there. Just look at the artillery coming from the ultimate from Varsa, but then again, they will be zoned out pretty easily as people just falling left and right.
That is true. That is true. You do see the Farsa waiting it out for the Eve to just be already finished, but she won't be getting a way to back off. That was a very beautiful feathered airstrike coming in, but yet again, Team LC, if they are trying to play it aggressive, they took down the turtle already, the first turtle of the day already going into their hands. But the Granger though.
I mean, things looking really good for them, and it's kind of weird that the side of Team Mighty Minions just refused to dive in without the highlights. But look at the revitalize coming in by Jaboom. Jaboom might be giving away the third kill of the game to Ling. I mean, just look at Ling. He's farming up quite a lot. But then again, the Joy was down, and still Mighty Minions did not decide to go in for the turtle.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Look at them. Look at them. Oh,
Oh, the implosion along with the RWM. Just look at the Tempest of Blades taking away those lives right there. But the range is damaged right there. Trickrill just forced to flicker away. One kill traded off, but then the rest of the team will be disengaging as the ultimate coming from Hylos kind of a wasted here.
that is true. That is true. But now, Team Mighty Minions does have a lot of potential to get the dive in with that Tigreal, with the high loss as well. So that is the one thing that they are playing around. But the flicker implosion plays, though, this is what I want to see coming in from the Tigreal. But wait a minute, there is some pokings going around. Now, the high loss, who is the EXP laner, he's always there onto the team fight. A very well rotation coming in from the EXP laner. Look at him already scouting the river area.
Okay, the defensive maneuver by the Glorious Pathway kind of wasted right there. The turtle is actually quite far away, and the teams will just be looking for poking left and right. I mean, even Beatrix is farming up pretty well right now, and nothing much be happening. But then again, the turtle is right there. Both teams might be looking for the control onto the river area.
That's true. And don't forget, guys, this is the best of three, the quarter finale that you're looking at. And with that, like the stream, subscribe, and get in your friends, because who wouldn't want to miss the action, what is happening into the quarterfinals now? The turtle is up. You're talking about the second turtle of the day, but the feathered ice strike coming onto play.
And it will be Johan securing the turtle right there, but then just look at the rest of the team. They do not want those unnecessary fights. They will just be retreating from the scene. And look at Pine already going in for the first item.
That's true. That's true. Look at them. The Ling. When you have a Ling in your team, when you're trying to deal so much damage and you don't get an opening, the best course of action is to go around the map, trying to make sure that you are clearing up those minions, trying to take those farm in your hands. And as the 5 minutes have already passed out, you will get the EXP as well as the gold. But wait a minute, I do see a lane swap coming in. The Gertrude cards are going ahead, but okay.
Oh, just look at the Tigreal's gameplay right at the RWM coming in. The rest of the team also joining in, and Pine will be securing that kill onto the Eve. Meanwhile, Grayson joining in. He will be taking that kill onto the Hylos. The AOTG also coming in, but then Pine, just look at him taking that double kill. Actually, 3 kills secured in this team fight.
A 0 for 3 trade. The trade looking good, and with that, they managed to get the mid turret as well. One of the important turrets that you're looking at, given the fact that when you open up a mid lane, the turret going down, you open up a lot of map to yourselves. The purple buff with an easy access, the red buff with an easy access. Look at that. Look at that. They don't need to go in, they're just trying to scout it down.
Oh, Ling, I think that was a very bad position right there. You will be taken down, but the feathered airstrike will be taking the last hit right there. And look at the glorious pathway coming in. They are trying to
Oh.
implosion also coming in. The RWM trying to dish out some damage right there, but it will be Jabom who will be taken down once again into the game. But then a roamer or even an EXP laner for a Ling, not a good trade because a Ling really needs the farm.
That is true. That is true. Now, but again, the Ling does have a decent score to farm up very, very well. Can we have a look at the items right now, since we are, moving towards that last turtle of the day? Now, the Tigreal does move ahead with the Athena shield, a very well item, but they need to get a anti-cuirass as well. But only time will tell what they are going ahead with.
Okay, the electrifying beats giving some electrifying damage right there. The AOTG connecting onto 2 people, and it will be fine taking the second kill. Will it be a third kill secure onto the high loss? And yes, third member going down right there. Only 2 people remaining. Jobo might look to poke away our Eve, but then again, it will not be happening. The macro, the micro from the side of Team LCF. Once they have snowballed, they are not stopping.
That is true. That is true. Look at them. All there are already few of the turrets falling down. The first tier turrets or from all the lanes into the hands of Team LCF. But now Team Mighty Minions, this is their time to get the link onto the split push. Since Team LCF, they like to play around a lot as a team. Look at them. 3 members are already onto the mid lane. The fourth and the fifth are trying to join up from the top lane. Oh.
Okay, the implosion along with the Tempest of Blades. It will be Farsa who will be taken down. Meanwhile, I think it will be a mega kill secure right there. Fire Granger, he is in a really low HP, but he does have that range for the poking. The Hylos might come in, but the Revitalize is right there, giving back the HP Granger wants. I mean, usually PG, the tank is supposed to initiate, but here I see our Link being quite reckless, trying to just dive in
Yep,
without any sense.
that is true. But again, he did manage to take down the Farsa, which is again the kill that they needed, the shutdown from that. Oh, the electrifying beats coming into play.
And the flicker is forced away from the E, but it will be our undead who will be paying up for that overengage right there. I mean, Joy's just stacking up in front of you and you are not even retreating. And with that, the second tier turret from the mid lane will also be taken down. LCF on the upper hand right now, unstoppable. Just look at the zone out coming from the side of the Farsa once again, the feathered airstrike right there. And the minions from the top lane, they will be taken down pretty easily by the Beatrix, but then again, they might be looking for the Lord, which is just spawned onto the map.
An easy level 1 Lord into the hands of Team LCF. There is a chance that Link could go ahead and take away the Lord as well. But given the fact that the Link does have his Tempest of Blade to immune all the damage as well as the CC coming in, but they don't decide to go for it. That kind of situation, if the Link tries to go for it, either he's committing to it or either he's dying. They don't want to lose any more blood. They don't want to give up any more gold, so they don't decide to go for it. Oh, but wait a minute, Team LCF. Oh.
Oh, the implosion guys are missing out right there, but then the glorious pathway is right there, set into motion, and the RW dishing out so much damage. The revitalize hasn't popped up, but then again, it will not be able to save. Just look at our lane going behind the dive lines, trying to take down the Granger, but it will be held out, taking that last kill as a stun. Connects on to our lane. Not a good way to go down at this point, as the Lord is also marching down from the top lane. And with that,
Mhm.
LCF might be looking to disengage because the lanes are needed to be synced up.
That is true. That is true. But I do feel like Team Mighty Minions do have a very good lane clearance. But okay, the initiation coming up. I want. Oh, wait a minute.
Hylos
Okay, not
did look
much.
to be in a clash right there, but they will be able to
Uh-huh.
retreat PG and yep.
Yep. I want to see the EXP laner of the team, high loss baiting out that Purify coming in from the Granger as well as the Farsa. And in that way, the Tigreal could get a very perfect implosion that you're looking at. He is always marking down the Farsa as well as the Granger. He is getting them, but the Purify is just stopping them.
Okay, Ling in the bot lane trying to go for the split push, but Gatot Kacha trying to take him down, and it will be people who's following up. But of course, he does have that first skill right there. He will be able to escape pretty easily, unless the rest of the team has something to say. Just look at the damage coming
Oh,
from a Granger. The aim is immaculate. He is trying to dish out some damage with the Tempest of Blade, but he will be taken down kind of a waste because not even the turret was taken down right there. And Team LCF, just look at them with the gold lead.
that is true. Now, if the Link did have an energy, he would have run away, But again, oh, the Feather Strike coming onto the play. The Tigreal scouting them
Oh,
out, does get the implosion.
UTG. Yeah, but just look at the revitalizers coming in. They are taking those kills right inside the turret, but then it will be error who will be taken down for the engage. But then again, you were able to trade off something at least. Then zone them
Mm-hmm.
away, but the implosion is right there.
Oh,
I think Link going in for the kill, but then again, the damage coming from Granger is immense at this point. And finally, they will be looking for some disengages because the links are kind of not synced up.
that is true. That is true. The links are not synced up. They did manage to take down the top inhibitor, but okay, the joy.
Oh god, full stack damage, just one hit is enough to even blow down more than half of the health bar right there. But then again, another turret down to the hands of Eltia, but it will be Farsa. Peter going down in the hands of Erling once again. And with this, they have lost the last inhibitor onto their hands, and the Lord marching, just spawned out there. Pretty easy Lord for the side of Team LCF, I think, but then Hylos all alone right there, trying to take up some damage, trying to bait out those purifies maybe. Hilda is also there, but then again, they will be looking to take down this lord unless the side of Team Mighty Minions have something else to say. Meanwhile, just look at Hilda. She might be going in for the back door. Hylos is like the damage coming in right there, and it will be Link securing that lord. The rest of the team members just taken down. Easy to grab right there. Hylos looking in a very bad shape, and it will be a double kill secured by Pokipine. They are going in for the rest of the kills right there. Hylos and the RWM coming in. It might be our Joy who was taken down by Beatrix.
Oh my god, what a prolonged team fight coming there. That was quite long. But now the inhibitors are going down, the super minions marching in, the Lord already marching down from the bot lane. But the inhibitors are all open. Look
Oh,
at that.
Chilboom will be taken away for that overextension right there, but Granger's damage, and look at Error trying to just go in, trying to lock down onto the base. They really need to take down the Lord, which is actually marching down from the bot lane, and it's kind of a successful defense on the hands of the Mighty Minions.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Team LCF, they are trying to push down that inhibitors even without the minions, which is again a kind of a mistake that is coming in. But the Tigreal moving towards the Lord right now. Look at them.
Okay, they might be planning to just follow it up, try to push a bit more, but then in the top lane, the same goes for a Ling. He is the god when it comes to split pushing, just like a Moscow, and they are trying to pressure all the lanes unless our Joy has something else to say. Ling going in with the Tempest of Blaze, but the dashes are there, it will be a waste. And Hilda will also be there for the support. Meanwhile, the first turret from the bot lane taken down from the hands of LCF.
Okay, okay. Both the teams are trying a lot of team fights. They are forcing them again. But now, onto the side of Team Mighty Minions, the Tigreal is doing absolutely of an hell of an amazing job trying to beat that. Oh, wait a minute, look at them.
Okay, it will be one member down right there as the death is announced onto the name by the Death Sonata, and as they are forcing their way in, the bombardment coming from our Beatrix, the revitalize hasn't popped out to give that HP, the feather airstrike, and look at that, the flicker isn't enough as Beatrix will be taken out. Only two members remaining, the implosions, the dashes are not enough, the Tempest of Blade trying to take out some damage, but it will be a double kill secured right there by a Granger, and I think the first game will be going on to the hands of Team LCF.
And with that, the crystal is over. Team LCF with the first point of the day. Now, this is looking great for them. They were heavily playing around that tankiness, the Tigreal sorry, not the Tigreal, but the Katukkacha as well as the Hilla, they being onto the front lane, making sure that Johan is getting farmed up. Look at his KDA 918. He did pick up a Sky Piercer as well. It was a little late, but he did manage to get a few stacks on it.
I mean, true, and then again, I really love how they picked up a Hylos as well as the Eve. But I mean, of course, Tigreal did an amazing job. But then again, two of the people you really want to mark down are Johan as well as Peter. They both had those purifies, and actually, the Shinigami actually did a great job trying to cancel out a lot of ults from a Farsa. But then again, the damage from a Granger is something you really do not want to face up. I mean, just look at him. He has um, especially Hylos, he was getting melted down. Even with that revitalize, he did not prioritize the anti-cuirass. It was only the dreadnought armor. And then again, like I mentioned before, Ling needed to wait it out for the team to initiate. But why was he the one initiating in those team fights?
That is true. That is true. Onto the side of Team Mighty Indians, they need someone to actually come up to bait out that purify. If they did it, they would have, successfully collapsed Team LCF. But it's okay. They could cover it up into the second match since this is going to be the best of three, and we'll be right back after a short break.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Blazing Championship Season 1, powered by Blazing Shadow Esports, sponsored by Mobile Legends 5v5, and our broadcasting and media partner being Indian Gaming Cups. And with this, we are back again on to the best of three between Team Mighty Minions and Team LCF, with the score of being 1 in the favor of Team LCF. And with that, again, this is me, Asuya, joined in by PT. So, hello, PT.
Hello, Asuna, and hello, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying the matches so far and do like to bring in your friends because who wouldn't want to miss this action? Now, moving on to the draft, which is already on, we might be seeing the same kind of respect bans coming in. The last match, it onto the side of the Mighty Minions, that was like purely the respect bans pouring in. But this time, what are they going to do? Because this is the best of three series. There is a chance for them to come up, trying to push it down to the third game as well.
I mean, true, and like Team Mighty Minions actually did amazing job towards the early game. They were able to push back Hilda, take a lot of skills, especially the Ling, and even during the turtle team fight, he was able to take down our Joy. But then again, they just kind of lost their high loss, and then they did not go in for the turtle. That was kind of a weird choice, if you ask me, because they definitely had the firepower. They had their jungler, they had the upper hand, but then from then on, it was kind of a snowball, especially giving Granger the space and time to farm out. That's something you really do not want. And with that, I think they might be learning it out from the previous game, especially because they do have that first pick in this game. I mean, just look at them banning out a Hilda and a Joy. Like, kind of respect bans for the first game.
That is true. That is true. This time yet again, they just don't want to give out. We so far we are not seeing the Fanny getting banned. They did notice how Lom Lom is not here, so they just want to go ahead with all those, the respect ban so far that happened in the earlier game. But the moving ahead, look at that. The high lows getting banned as well as the Phobius. I feel like the Phobius is actually a perma ban coming in from the side of Team LCF. But again, the Matilda gets banned as well. Now, Team Mighty Minions, what are they going in for the first pick?
Well, a lot of options are open. Go in for a Godot, maybe. Go in for um like Sicilian is open. Fanny is open. Suyo is open. But then again, if you pick up a Suyo, I think Alpha can counter it out pretty well. So maybe go in for Bruno. Bruno isn't banned out as well, and yes, it will be the first pick prioritized right there. So what do you think, Peachy? Will be the retaliation from the side of Team Elsia?
Maybe they would go in for that Granger again, but again, the Granger against a Bruno is a lot of you want a attack speed to be against an attack speed. Maybe a Layla might come into the play, or maybe a Beatrix could be a good counter against the Bruno. But in turns, they need to make sure that the Bruno is not reaching up to the late game, not getting those farm, not getting the space to farm as well. That is the important course of action. But look at them, Team LCF picking up that Gatotkacha as well as Eve. Now, there is still the Sicilian open, even the Louis open, but the Eve getting prioritized. So that means they just want to deal that damage from a distance.
I mean, true, and even a chip is out onto the grab. So if they go in for some, some kind of a more damage dealers in their team, a chip could work out pretty well with his ultimates because he can, when he's in the team, you can actually make a lot of unpredictable rotations. The team needs to be careful that from where and from which side people might come in. But just look at that. It will be a Khalid along with a Fanny.
Okay. The Fanny finally coming onto the play. Team Mighty Minions, they were holding up this trick onto their sleeves and they're finally revealing it. Now the Fanny with the steel cables as well as the cutthroat will be dealing so much damage. The last game, the Eve was supposed to be in a very, very safe position, but this time it is again the Eve, but onto the side of Team LCF.
The answer for that Fanny might be Archo because he is one of the flex picks who can actually just CC out a Fanny who actually comes in, tries to take down the mage and the marksman. let's just see how it goes because I really believe that the Joe can make the difference in this game for Team LCF, can make them win the game or even lose the game. And with that, Khalid also being a great pick, I'm sure he must be towards the EXP lane because he's actually flex. But then again, I think when it comes to a roam Khalid, like after he's used up his ultimate and the damage coming from him, the setups aren't enough. There is this cooldown. He cannot tank that enough damage, so a different tank could actually work out. And with that, the band faces look at them banning out to CU and Sicilian.
Okay, okay. Onto the Hero Team Mighty Minions, they haven't picked up their mate, so this is again a very good option. But I really don't understand why the Sicilian is getting banned, given the fact that you could counter out a Sicilian, or they just don't want to give it out.
I think, it's just like before fight range with range. But then again, like unlike Farsa, Sicilian has infinite scaling as the clock strikes by. And if you see towards the late game, Mighty Minions were actually able to hold out for quite some times. And if they had a Sicilian, maybe things would be different. They could have grabbed onto the Granger because he was pretty far away, just sniping people down from his ultimate that Sonata. So if you have that second skill, the Sanguine Class is a skill which can actually give those surprise attacks, which can give a lot of CC to your team.
That is true. That is true. But again, as we are moving towards that draft, we are coming on to that end. And now Team LCF has picked up a Fredrin as their jungler, trying to counter out that Fanny. But there's a lot of CC coming in from the Team Mighty Minions, though. The Khalid, the Aurora, and top of that, the Ruby. Now, I'm offended is something to be watched out for. I want to see that flicker. I'm offended plays coming in this time as well.
But the question is, which, like, will it be the Khalid or will it be the Ruby or the EXP or the Rome? Both of them being the flax picks, and they decided to go in with an Aurora. Like, I mean, I think she's great, especially when if the Fredrin will be there in the front line along with the Gadot Gacha, she can freeze them both. But then again, she will be susceptible to the range which Eve has. She will be susceptible to the Way of the Dragon from the Cho. So she really needs to be careful. And unlike the previous game, they really need to have a good communication. Let the team initiate first.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And with that, the last pick of the day, the Brody will be the one coming on to the marksman. Okay, this is something new, and they have picked it up against a Granger. Now, what do you think about that pick, Asya? Will a Granger be winning that 1v1 situation, or will it be a Brody?
Oh, it is the Bruno Granger is banned out. So I definitely think, in the early game, Brody will be having the upper hand because his damage is quite a bit more. Yes, he did receive some buff. But then again, towards the late game, Bruno will be scaling off much, much more. From the mid to the late game, it will be the Bruno game. And especially if he decides to just make that Wind of Nature, it will be easy to shard onto the Brody. Let's just see what happens. Because here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on to the land of Dawn. And with that, this is the best of three between Team LCF and Team Mighty Minions, with LCF on one hand onto the grab.
Yep, and with that, both of the junglers are moving towards their path. They just want to take down those creeps and minions, making sure that they are trying to get it. But the aggression, look at that. They are already coming up, trying to. Oh,
Oh, this, this was what an engage right there. Fanny taking the first kill right under 1 minute after the game, and they're not letting the Brody farm. They know that Brody is actually better when it comes to the early game as compared to a Bruno, so they're choking them down. And then that was a beautiful engage coming in right there. But then again, I do see Arturo trying to dish out for some damage, but Khalid will be there for the help. Fanny might go in once again for the kill because the HP is really low, but she just decides to go back as they do not actually connect.
Okay, so far so good. Mighty Minions, they might be, the kings of taking the first blood. The last game they took down the first blood. This game as well, going into the hands of jungler. That is the main point here. Not the jungler getting up that extra juicy gold into their hands and boosting up that gold difference as well. Now, as we move towards that turtle as well, the river area control. This is looking great into the hands of Team LCF, but Team Mighty Minions, they are here to zone them out.
I mean, true, and Fanny will just be waiting it out for her blue buff before she actually goes in for those engages. At the same time, Aurora clearing up the core lane. And yes, the fight, the control has just begun right there. Khalid being level 3 along with Jobom. They might be looking for some engage right there. The damage coming from the first kill of the Eve. The slow is also there. They are trying to zone people away. They do not know that Jabom is waiting out for Bruno. But meanwhile, Bruno was taken down in the bot lane. Fanny dancing along with the steel cables, trying to take out some damage. And the RWM coming in with the zone in. And it will be so many kills secure right there in the hands of Team LCF as everyone. Ruby forced to flicker away. And just look at our Fanny behind the scenes trying to dish out some damage right there, but then it is 4 versus 1. Will she be able to escape? And it will be a no. The kills were denied, the turtle was denied.
Oh my god, what a zone coming up, and what a great river control coming in from the side of Team LCF. They made sure that this Fanny won't be the one coming in, and with that, I do feel like Fanny is going to be the one again trying to go into the bot line, but that mid lane pick off Eve will be taken down.
I mean, true, but then again, Bruno doesn't know that he is in a very bad position right there. As two people will be hunting him down, and he will be taken down, taking away his life. But meanwhile, it will also be a Johan traded away a marksman for a marksman. A double kill secured by Shinigami. This man doing an amazing job onto the wrong position in both the games.
Okay, look at them. The mid lane aggression is already there. RWM coming into play,
Okay,
and it
Eve.
will be Aurora. Yep, Aurora going
Yes.
down, but the mage for a mage.
Well, true, and with that, that kill was really beautiful onto the hands of Shinigami trying to zone away a Eve, and that's what happens. But then again, it is looking very bad for the Ruby, who is surrounded by so many people. A kill right there. Then again, they're trying to invade the blue buff Fanny, trying to deny her that. AOTG also coming in. The blue was actually denied, and Fanny looking really low, and the Appraiser's Rod will be there, taking that double kill onto their hands. Alcia finally snowballing the game once again.
That is true. That is true. But again, I really like the fact. Okay, okay. I really like the fact that the mighty minions are also the ones trying to equal out the kill difference as well. Look at them. Fanny marking down the main key hero, the Eve, as well as the Brody. Look many times, but she will. Okay, that will be the Khalid taken down.
Yeah, Khalil, very nice short. Same goes for Bruno. He will also, but wait a second, he just moves away out of that box. He manages to survive in that assault. The RWM also kind of wasted right there. How did this man do it? But then again, the same goes in the top lane. The aggression is right there. The I am offended connecting onto her won't be doing much because both of them are quite sustainable to themselves. But what about that team fight in the bot lane, Peachy?
So many skills, so many, and on top of that, Jabom, jump in directly with the way of dragon. He was trying to get that, but he is tanking up all those turret damage, so which is again a good sign for them to just move in. But wait a minute.
Oh, the way the dragon connecting onto Khalid between 4 people towards the blue buff, he will be taken down. Oh my god, he didn't see that coming. He didn't. And with that, I think Bruno might next be on the chopping block because 3 people are heading towards his way. Joe just trying to provide some vision right there. Same goes for Fanny. Look at that. The AOTG might also connect in. Fanny looking to be in a really tight spot. The Frigid Glacier actually connecting onto 3 people, but then again, Fanny will be taken down. The blue buff has also been deployed. Look at the appraisal slot and one basic attack right there from the Fredrin will be taking it down. And the RWM coming in along with the Raging Sandstorm right there. The damage is really bad. And the Frost Freeze trying to freeze the people down. But then again, it will be another kill secured by Pookie Pine on to Shinigami. Things not looking good for Team Mighty Minions once again, especially Fanny without a blue buff. She's trying to go and take some kills, maybe just clear up the lanes, but it will not be enough.
Just a teaser coming in from Fanny. Now, I want to look at the items as well. Now, the Fanny who is on with the deficient so far. Look at her. She did complete a war axe, which is a good sign, and trying to move ahead with the Fury Hammer as well. So that means she's already going on full offense mode, but the bot lane already being taken down. Fanny trying to jump in.
Oh, well, yeah, she is going in with a sustain. Look at the damage coming in from the marksman. She will not be able to sustain the damage coming from Johan. Fine from behind the scenes, trying to dish out some damage. The raging Sandstorm also trying to connect, but it will be not possible as the AOTG also coming in for the dive ins. And it is Mighty Minions going down one by one. Look at Bruno trying to slip away pretty sneakily. He will actually be successful, but then Ruby coming in, joining in those team fights. It will not be enough as the tide of Team LC are trying to zone away the mighty minions. They are not looking in a good spot right there. Another turtle. Oh, wait a second. Just look at the damage coming from Johan right there. Taking away the life of Bruno and Fanny. What can you do
Oh,
at this point without the blue buff? And she's going in with the cutthroat,
oh,
but it will be Johan taking that unstoppable onto his name.
oh my God, so much damage already into the hands of Johan. Look at his score. KDA as well, 7-2-3. He's all farmed up. Team LCF right from the mid game, they are focused on Johan and giving him the space to farm up, and in turn, he took down so many kills. And the same goes for Pine as well. Being on a score of 606, none of the members of the side of Team Mighty Minions have been the one taking them down. But again, Team Mighty Minions, okay. They are trying to go in, but they are not finding that window of opportunity. They are just waiting it out. Now, if they
Okay,
got get
conceal coming in, and it will be Bruno. Bruno in a very tight spot. He will be taken down by Johan right there. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, it will also be Jabum who will be taking away his life. But then again, it is a roamer for the gold lane. A pretty easy trade. A double kill secured right there by Johan. He is unstoppable. The Frost Breeze coming in. Finally, he might be the one who is taking down the AOTG, connecting on to Ruby. Ruby is getting taunted by a Fredrin. She might be next on the chopping block unless she uses out that flicker. She will be dashing it away. Just look at that. She will be able to escape pretty successfully unless Pine has something else to say as the appraiser's rod taking away the rod, the revenge for the kill onto their Jahan. But then again, it is Bruno right there on the top. And just look at the poke coming in, the Raging Sandstorm along with the revitalized the appraiser's rod actually dodged away by a Bruno. Fanny in between three people, she will not be able to sustain in among all that taunt. And I
Oh
think,
my God.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, look at Jabom trying to dish out so much CC right there, trying to just connect that wave the dragon, pick off people left and right.
Oh, that's true. That's true. He is always trying to find that window of opportunity, trying to take them down. But Ruby,
Okay, just look at Jabom going in for the kill, but then again it will be Ruby who will be taken down along with the wave the dragon connected right there. The Winter Crown is there, but then the appraiser's rod will be kind of wasted. And Shinigami actually manages to save his life. Fanny going in, she doesn't have the blue buff, so she wouldn't be able to do much, especially because she has a sustain instead of a damage build onto her name. Johan successfully escaping. Just look at the macro from the side of Team Elsia once again. Peachy.
okay, look at them. Look at them. They are still trying to take down the Lord. Now, Team LCF with the leading score of 24. Kills. They are definitely on that lead, but this early Lord going into their hands, which definitely means that they are trying to open up the map for themselves. Look at them. The inhibitors might be the next falling down.
I mean, true. And Ruby in a tight spot. Just look at the poke coming in from Eve at this point, and this is why she's known as that snowball hero who will be dishing out a lot of damage with the RWM coming in along with the Wave of the Dragon. And this is where Fanny will be taken down once again. Same thing repeating, history repeats herself. Fanny going in solo, not waiting out for her teammates to initiate, and she's getting caught up in between all those taunts, between all those seasons. Especially, she should know that Joe Boom has specially picked up the Joe for the Fanny.
Mm-hmm. That is true. And now looking at the items as well, most of the heroes coming in from the side of Team LCF, they do have the major of the major items that they need, but the goal difference is showing up. The Malefic Dawn or the Bruno looking quite good, but the Lord is still marching down.
I mean, the inhibitor taking down from the bot lane, sorry, the mid lane, and then Lord also marching down. It will be another inhibitor down for the side of Team Mighty Minions. Fanny just trying to, clear out the lanes, trying to dance with her steel cables, she's in a really low HP, but she will be able to escape away, healing up herself. And with that, the third inhibitor also down. Team LCF on the aggro, the AOTG coming in. Finally, there might be a poke coming in the RWM right there, trying to dish out some damage. But then again, just look at the assault onto Ruby. Ruby will be taken down. Shinigami in a really low HP, trying, forced to flicker away. And with that assault, Aurora trying to dish out some CC right there, but it will not be enough as Base's HP looks to be really low. It will be Johan taking down another kill and Pine taking that kill onto the mage. And then again, Pine was also taken down. Meanwhile, Fanny trying to dish out some damage onto the Gacha, but the lifesteal coming in from the
Oh,
concentrated energy might be lost nail in the coffin as one hit onto the base and it's down. A clean sweep from side of Team Alcia.
oh my God, look at that. A clean sweep already coming up. Mighty minions, they were cornered down towards their spawning area every single time. Though they had the Bruno, though they had a Fanny as well. Fanny really did a very well job, being around the map, trying to take down the first blood as well. But the favors were not into their hands.
Well, true, and I was kind of highly doubting the Aurora pick, and it actually didn't help out much because there was the revitalize coming from the hefty people, the chunky people, and of course Fanny. Just like I mentioned before, she really needed to wait up for some setups from Shinigami, and then like she did amazing job towards the early game, but then of course as she was denied those blue buffs, there wasn't quite enough help from the side of the team that she kind of fell off. Same goes for Ruby. Like, just look at her. She has gone for the War Axe first. Maybe going in for the Thunderbell could have made more sense. She wasn't able to sustain against Gatotkacha in the EX period. Maybe picking up a glue could have held them more.
That could really work in their favors, but again, this was it for the quarterfinal. So that we have just seen the game number one going on all bang. Team LCF set up a trademark that they are gone with a clean sweep. Now it comes out to the second match as well. I'm excited to see that if that is also going to be a clean sweep or we'll be seeing the third game of the day. But with that, this was it for the first game of the day. Any final words you say for it, this game?
Well, I congratulate both the teams for being in the tournament because it's really good to see teams fight out. And with that, keep practicing, keep trying because we would really love to see you once again. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going in for a short break, but do stay tuned because one more match, one more quarterfinal is right there up to the watch.
Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they get
Without this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter. Till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they
Without
get
this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far of the hit
Without
this
this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far of the hit
Without
is
this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again? How far have they hit
Without this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they get
Without this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they get
Without this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they get
Without this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to Moba Legends Blazing Championship Season 1, powered by Blazing Shadow Esports, broadcasting and media partner Indian Gaming Corp's IGC. And we are back with the quarterfinals, and that is going to be a best of three series between Team Senju got one ball going up against Team Daaku Sena. So I'll be your co-caster Itami for this match. And joining me will be another caster, and that is going to be none other than Sarah. So, hello, Sarah, and welcome here.
Hello, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thrilled to be casting this match alongside Itami, especially because we are going to witness two amazing teams. That is going to be Senju got one ball and Daku Sena. The previous match, it was between Team Laxmi Chit Fun and Team Mighty Minions, where Laxmi Chit Fun did a complete clean sweep 2-0 in a best of three and secured their spot in the semi-finals. And with that, we are on towards the banning phase for this game, as well as we can see Joy and Hayabusa being the first two bans coming out of these two teams. That jungle meta showing up in the draft phase as well. And the next one is going to be a Hilda. Now we can possibly see a Bruno ban, or even the Granger and the Eve could be banned out by either of these two teams. Itami.
I do agree, and apparently it is three jungler bans already, followed by a flex ban. That is the Hilda, which could have been played onto the EXP as well as the Roam. So, regular bans by far. And I do agree with you onto that Bruno part. If he is not like banned out, then definitely he can be prioritized as a first pick as well. Even onto the gold lane, he is really dominant right now. As soon as he's combined with the Has Claws as well as the Malefic Gun, he will be able to dish out a lot of damage. But apparently, it is going to be a rumor brand from the side of Team Senju, and it is going to be that Matilda. So Matilda had that ability to be combined with a utility kind of a jungler like the Alpha, but unfortunately for this game, it's not happening this time.
Exactly so. And Dakusina actually banned out on the Jukshin. So this means that Senju got one wall can easily pick up on a Bruno or even the Alpha or a Gatotkacha or Phovius in the EXP lane. So they have a lot of options open right here. And in answer to that, Dakusena can also pick up on a counter hero, like say the Granger for the Bruno. But no, here Senju got one ball does a smart move and picks up on the Sicilian. But this does mean that Dakusena now has the opportunity to pick up on a Granger or even take down
Yep.
the Sicilian during the team fights.
I do agree. And, they have decided not to give Yamraj a Sicilian apparently. So, picking out the first pick as the Sicilian, but okay, they will be trading out the Granger as well as that chip. So, yeah, even if a Bruno comes out from the side of Team Senju, Granger is a actually really good match against him. I won't say he's a complete counter of a hero against that Bruno onto the gold lane, but definitely onto the late game phase, Granger can also be the one who will be able to dish out a lot of damage combined, like when his skill set is combined, the Rhapsody as well as the Death Sonata combos onto the late game phase after he gets his core items will be like quite troublesome to deal with as well. But to counter that Granger, they can be like there is a slight possibility they might be going out for the Lolita, but I have not seen a Lolita pick onto the tournament scene for just countering out the Granger. So the next two picks for the side of Team Senju, they might be picking out the Bruno, or maybe they will be taking their time to pick out the Bruno. Instead, they will be prioritizing different heroes. And yep, apparently it is going to be that Suyo followed by the Khalid. And Khalid is a flex pick, but mostly I am seeing him more on the roam position more, Sarah.
Exactly so, and it is actually a very strong draft coming in from the side of Senju got one ball. The Khalid here can dive in onto that Granger and actually sustain the Rhapsody and that Sonata damage that comes out in a series because as for now, there is no interrupt or stun skill coming in from the side of Daaku Sena except for that chip. And that also is a single target except for the second skill. So that Khalid can easily soak up and be a sandbag to tank in all that damage. And now with the Xavier pick, there's once again no interrupts coming in. The Xavier against the Sicilian and Suyo, though, I feel it's a bit of a risky pick, considering that the Suyo can easily immune his immobility and just go in to the backline, deal the damage, dish out the damage, take him out, and get out of the team fight pretty easily. That's just how good that Suyo is during the team fights. But then again, on towards the second banning phase, now comes the Bruno ban, which I feel is pretty smart, and they could go in with a Beatrix ban next to just target out the goal lane, possibly. But then again, there are a lot more options open. Like you could say that the Khalid goes in towards the EXP and they pick up a Carmilla for the roam to counter that chip. That's definitely one of the options open here.
Highly possible. Yeah, Carmela can also be a really good option here, but that Xavier part, yep, he definitely needs to be more aware of his positioning. And Xavier, onto the early phases of the game, he is more like a support before he gets his core item. So they have that late game kind of an insurance with that Xavier, and he will be able to dish out some decent amount of damage onto the late phases of the game once he gets his core items, like the Enchanted Talisman combined with the glowing one Wishing Lantern. There are, as well as the Blood Wings too. But from the side of Team DS, they are looks like they are targeting the marksman bands, the golden bands. That is going to be the Bruno as well as the Claude. So against that Ranger, these two heroes would have been quite really well because Claude's mobility is a bit higher than the Granger, and he will be able to make those blazing duet plays as well as escape from a dying situation as well. So they have decided to ban out the Claude. And from the side of Team Senju, the final ban is apparently going to be the Alpha, considering the jungler is yet to be picked out from the side of Team DS.
Exactly. And here the Claude is actually a smart ban, because the Claude is one of those only heroes who can dive in onto the black line with the blazing duet and just mark out that Xavier, so he is just rendered useless during the team fights. But here the Hylos as well as the Alpha ban together, it doesn't make that much sense. But then again, considering the fact that Patroclus and Jazz are pretty well known for playing those heroes, it's definitely viable in this situation. And now Jazz had the opportunity to pick up on the glue, which is exactly what he did. As for the side of SGOB, I'm just gonna say that for now, they do have the opportunity to pick up on a goal laner like maybe the Harith, which works well against a Granger, or even go in for something like the Moskov to use that Spear of Misery, target out that Xavier, just take that pick off before a major team fight happens. So that is what their possible game plan could be.
I do agree with you. And, from the side of Team DS, the EXP lane and the glue, I actually like that pick because for the side of Team Senju, they have the Sicilian, burst kind of a mage, it's not there, at least for now. Sicilian will not have that much of a what do you call it, the burst kind of a skill set compared to the Vexana as well as the Faramis. That could have been a really good answer for the glue, but the mid laner was already picked out. And as you predicted, Sarah, a Carmela would be a really good pick from the side of Team Senju. And apparently, we are seeing a Carmela as well as a Beatrix on our screen. So, yeah, Beatrix is also a really good match against that Granger. Her first itemization, it actually depends upon the user, because she can be going with the Blade of Despair as her first item, or maybe even the Sky Piercer if she is confident, as well as she is quite confident about the fact that she will be able to acquire those early kills onto the early phases of the game. But from the side of DS, from the jungler is apparently going to be a utility kind of a jungler, not exactly a kind of a utility, but still an export pick. So I guess we are heading on to the land of town. This is going to be a best of three between Team Senju on the blue, taking on Team Daaku Sena onto the red side. So yeah, the quarterfinals, best of three. Here we go onto the land of town.
And everyone, welcome to the first game of this best of three, where both of these teams are going to be battling it out for a spot in the semi-finals. Both drafts looking very strong, and Senju got one ball seems to be stealing away the early farm from the hands of Daku Sena. Now, with an Xbox jungle, you will definitely be looking for that early game snowball, but okay, I think there is some kind of a technical glitch and there will be a restart for this match. Itami, do you think that if the drafts stay the same, which team would have the upper hand in this kind of a situation?
Looking at the draft, I would say for that late game, Dakusina definitely has more advantage. Onto the early game phases, it is going to be Team Senju with quite of a snowball, because they have the Suyo, as well as that Khalid will able to dash out some decent amount of damage. And I do feel Team DS, maybe they might be like, they would have auto picked the jungler apparently. So it might be changing or it might not. But I guess we will be heading on to a short break, and we will be back with the redraft. Till then, stay tuned.
I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they
Without
get
this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they get
Without this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
Do I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they get
Without
this
this
time?
competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the stars!
So we are back onto the game. Sorry for the delay. We are back with the quarterfinals against Team Senju onto the blue, taking up against Team DS onto the red. So apparently the draft is like the draft has remained the same, and both of the junglers they are focusing on to their neutral objectives. Some pokes are coming up, but in my opinion, if you ask me, then the early game aggression is definitely favorable for the side of Team Senju. Meanwhile, Team Daaku Sena, they will be having to wait it out in order to get those score items and be more contributing onto the team fight. So, Sarah, back to you.
Well, hello there, and welcome back to this game actually. And after a lot of resets and restarts, we finally get to see these two teams, right? And here talking about the game and draft potential, DS is something which has a scaling kind of draft, especially with Xavier. He needs at least two items to deal a considerable amount of damage, while Granger will need to stack up. And look at that, on towards the top, we can see
Oh,
that the Carmilla gets taken down almost instantly because of those immobilized plays coming in from the Xavier and the 2 damage by Xborg. But now the Firaga armor is out. He successfully manages to dash out, and that invade wasn't exactly successful coming in from the side of Daaku Sena.
yep, and looks like there is still some time to be turtle to be spawning. Till then, Dakusena having quite slight of a lead after getting a kill onto the rumor for the side of Team Senju. So yeah, they are just like focusing it out, trying to play those poking games. And Xbox, look at him already getting quite poked down. He already lost his Firaja armor, and apparently he has to recall it out. And Amocha might be getting a free turtle unless Xavier as well as the glue comes up with a really good play.
Okay, but look at that glue going in with those mobilized players onto the back. But in the back line, the Khalid goes in for that raging sandstorm. Yamraj managing to escape, but not so lucky. He will be taken down by that Khalid. Two important resources baited out though from the Carmilla as well as the Khalid, and now Xborg has the full potential to secure the double skill with the lasting insanity. And here Jazz will once again be an annoyance for those backlines, and Sicilian will have to save his Carmilla from imminent death.
Yep, and Dakusena having, even though their composition is quite late game reliable, they were able to find those treats for themselves. That is actually a good thing. But still, Amocha was the one who got the turtle. So yeah, not that much of a high lead, at least for now. And the core items are yet to be obtained. They have just, 50% have done it. And looks like Beatrix already got one of her core items. That is the Malefic gun.
Exactly, so she just skipped everything and secured that first item, which makes Beatrix so powerful right now, especially with the rocket. And look at that, she's just going to be spamming her ultimate and her basic attacks, which is going to deal a lot of AoE damage. Xbox, though, along with his team, and they would be looking to take down the EXP laner more often, considering the fact that the turtle is on towards the top side, but the gold lane might see more ganks from the side of Senju got one ball, while Haitatsu will be the one providing the vision on towards the top here. Khalid getting poked out a lot by Jazz as well as Patroclus, and will be using the Raging Sandstorm to run away. Granger getting chunked down quite a lot on towards the bottom lane, as Beatrice is going to be spamming her attacks from outside the turret's range right onto him, and it will take a lot for that Granger to keep himself positioned correctly to avoid the damage. But the blade surge comes in by Amocha on towards the mid lane, but Yamraj will be successfully managing to escape from the situation. But look at Jazz, he's once again going in but will be backing off because now Team DS will be looking to take down the second turtle of this game.
Yep, and I guess Amosha will be on a position to be contesting that turtle as well anytime soon. Insanity all being used out, and there might coming up a team fight. The shortcut being used out as well.
Okay, but look at that. The Curse of Blood actually connects on towards two of them. Amocha goes in with that Blade Surge, but Patroclus is there with the full Firaga armor. Amocha getting stopped midway, but he does manage to steal out the turtle. Will be losing his life for a mega kill for Patroclus though. And here, DS has the perfect opportunity to push down the mid lane because now the Sicilian has also been taken down by Patroclus once again. The Khalid though will be trying to secure that kill onto him, but failing to do so because the War Axe is up and he has enough spell vamp to keep himself alive in those tricky situations.
It was actually a 2-4-0, but the turtle going for the side of Team Senju. So I won't exactly say that was a win-win situation because onto the kill counts as well, they are quite behind. But the goal lead is not that not that massive, at least for now. So Beatrix, if she is able to land those hits and get some gold for herself, then maybe they might be able to even it out, or maybe trying to get that kill kill count in order to keep up with the goal lead. But okay, an initiation coming up.
Okay, look at that. Jazz with that ultimate play onto the Khalid just manages to take him down so easily along with the Exborg because Khalid was supposed to be the sandbag here, but he isn't actually able to do what he is supposed to do right now because that Exborg and Glue, they're just on top of him all the time. They're just killing him before he is actually able to do something around towards the goal lane, though we should be seeing a possible engage.
Indeed, and okay, off cam kill. Amucha was able to get down that Xavier just now. So Team Senju is finally getting one trade. But one thing I did notice is from the side of Team DS, it's only Patroclus with those 6 kills, and it is the 6 kill count for the side of Team Dakusena. So definitely a hyper carry kind of a situation for him, at least for now. And but still, Team Dakusena, they are able to quite even it out, and Funny Valentine is being quite dominant. Oh my god.
Okay, look at that Granger getting caught out by 4 people. The shortcut comes in, and 4 members of Team DS are there for the counter play. But the Curse of Blood did connect. But Jazz going in with the play has the shield onto the Sicilian, but will not be enough as Petroglyph manages to secure a triple
Oh
kill
my
onto the
god.
Carmela as well as Beatrix. Amocha, the lone survivor, they are hunting him down. Amocha will be trying to clear the lane, but I don't know why he went under the turret. He should have retreated. He's going to be taken down pretty easily in this situation. Nothing can really keep him alive, and Haidatsu will be securing that kill on towards the Suyo.
Oh my god, a 4-for-0 treat just now. And yeah, Dakusena definitely more of an upper hand right now. And Patroclus with 9 kills already. And it's the Chip as well, getting that 1 kill for himself. The turtle might be an uncontested one considering that Tsuyo is still down. And yup, that is going to be an easy turtle secured from the side of Team DS once again. In terms of the goal lead onto the mid phases of the game, it's already like 4k goal lead for themselves. So they are, if they are able to maintain it, good for them, Jazz.
Okay, but Jazz gets taken down towards the bot lane. Not the best of exchanges, I would say, considering the fact that DS does need to maintain 3k goal lead that they have. And Team Senju got 1 ball. They have an insane amount of late game potential, especially because of the Sicilian as well as the Beatrix, who can potentially one shot that Granger on towards the late game. And here, Coconut looking pretty low, uses up his sands to heal himself, but the Beatrix in the bottom lane manages to secure a kill, and now the shutdown comes on towards Patroclus, a revenge kill by Yamraj onto the Beatrix, but it won't be enough because that shutdown was a huge bounty. That team Senju got 1 ball secured, and now things will start to look a bit different.
Indeed, and yeah, that Beatrix going down might be quite advantageous. Oh my god,
Okay, but look at that. The Granger managing to survive with less than 1 HP there, and he will be going back to his base to get some HP for himself. Amocha in a good position here will try to catch one of them off guard because of the damage that he has now, but will be backing off pretty soon. Now, Team Senju got 1 ball. They are potentially looking at a comeback here, especially because of the Sicilian and the Beatrix. They are reaching the power spike marks. Beatrix, he does have the Malefic gun, and now will be looking to take down that turrets with ease. Xborg here as well will try to defend it. A solo lane defend, it won't actually be possible, but the shortcut play comes in, and Patroclus manages to secure a double kill onto Sicilian as well as Carmilla, and things are looking so 50-50 right now because Senju got 1 ball, is looking for those objectives. They're taking down the pickoffs which they can find, but Team DS are the ones who are winning out during the team fights.
I highly agree, and Lord already been spawning, and looks like Team Dakusena might be the one contesting first because Funny Valentine is on a position to be contesting it actually. And looks like, yeah, Patroclus has also got onto the process. Amocha is trying to get some vision over there, but apparently it is going to be an uncontested first Lord for the side of Team DS. Even though on terms of the in terms of the kill lead, Team Dakusena has quite the advantage, but the goal lead is almost quite to equal. So if they actually come up, Team Senju actually come up with a really good team fight, then that goal lead as well as that objective based might be 50-50 sided because Team Senju, if they got that treats, they will be able to equalize in terms of the tower objective as well. And Team Dakusena only having a 1 tower advantage, even though the kill count is quite high, might be that kind of an opening for the side of Team Senju.
Exactly so. Like Senju here, they just need to pick off on Granger and Yamraj so that they find that opening and take down those damage dealers and just go full out brawl during the other team fights. Because Beatrix, Sicilian, they can melt down the Firaga armor as well pretty easily. But look at that, Yamraj will be forced to flicker out, but will
Oh,
be taken down nonetheless by a Mocha, while Funny Valentine will be managed to secure a revenge kill right onto him. So that's a one for one trade, but the Lord has been cleared out by Team Senju. The Raging Sandstorm used defensively as the minions are going to be charging down the mid lane. Team DS looking to take down the turrets, but apart from the Granger, they don't really have anything to push down the turrets with, nor a proper hero to dive in for that backline. The Chip, he can engage, but he can't exactly dive in onto the backline so easily. And then again, it's difficult to say right now what Team Senju can do because they have the Khalid and they can just flicker out in towards the Ranger as well as the Xavier, and that is where things can change up a lot.
I do agree. And, Team Senju, they are trying to find that opening for now. But unfortunately, for the side of Team Dakusina, they are being quite advantageous. And Yamraj, even though he has taken down 4 times, the crowd control is being quite favorable for their side. That Xavier landing that combo when he is able to stop, uh, do that crowd control onto at least 2 or 3 people. Other members from the side of Team Dakusina, they are doing the follow up as well as they are getting those kills for themselves. And that is the reason why, even though Xavier with not that good of a KDA, he is still he is still being contributing onto his team. But Coconut might be trying to engage onto Yamraj anytime soon.
Okay, but look at that. The Gods of Blood connects along with the Royal Ultimate, taking down 2 from the side of DS, and even Patroclus is going to be chunked down. The Spirit of the Armor gone to shreds. He's trying to escape, but dude, okay, whatever the name is, the Beatrix finds the kill onto him. Jazz and Haitatsu being the lone survivors coming in from the side of Daaku Sena. They will be trying to clear out the lanes as much as possible because otherwise, Team Senju will be looking to take down those juicy turrets left and right.
Indeed, and this time it's going to be that enhanced lord, and looks like Amocha as well as the Beatrix will be the one contesting it first. Xborg is for now he is nowhere near to be actually contesting it because he has been taken down an uncontested lord for the side of Team Senju, but the initiation with the chip.
Okay, the shortcut was used upon towards the Beatrix, but I thought so. He's not a frontliner. Chip is never a frontliner. He gets taken down by a Mocha. That damage coming out is just excellent at the moment. And Team DS does not have a similar kind of burst. Look at that Sanguine Claws catching Funny Valentine, taking down his HP to 1%, and he has to back off. That just pushes their turrets at a farther risk. But look at the Beatrix dealing the damage, just getting caught and situation almost gets taken down by the Beatrix. They will be looking for a possible end with this Lord. It is pretty strong still. Now the lanes are pretty much synced. The inhibitor on the top is gone, and now the bot inhibitor will be injured. But look at that, the Khalid gets caught out under the turret, but will be using the Raging Sandstorm to escape, and he actually manages to survive. The man is alive, and now DS will also have successfully defended their base at least for this instance. But things are looking really risky for the side of Team DS now.
I highly agree because even though Team Senju as well as DS not getting any kill trades for now, Team Senju was the one who got that last laugh for now at least because all of the towers being secured and Dakusina only remaining with that crystal. And if that is taken down, then it will be a 1 point for the side of Team Senju. And with that lord, they were able to capitalize quite onto the game more because Team Dakusina, even though they didn't have that kind of an aggression kind of a pickup from their side, they were able to capitalize onto the early to the mid phases. But onto the late game, we are seeing that Sicilian, even though he doesn't have that kills, that crowd control, the sanguine claws, as well as that bat impact, is able to deal some ridiculous amount of damage when it was combined with the wishing lantern. And the Xavier, he has been able, as you said it, the Xavier is getting quite poked down by Amocha as well as that Khalid. So against the Sicilian as well, the Sanguine Claws will be able to get him, and that is what exactly is happening for Yamraj. So Xavier pick for now, it's not working out. And if he was not taken down 5 times and it was only once or twice, then maybe he would have been the one who would have been able to dish out a lot of damage for his team.
Exactly so, Itami. And considering the side of DS, they don't really have that kind of a late game except for the Xavier. The Granger, sure, he has an infinite number of stacks, probably reaching 700, 800 at the 15-minute mark. But then again, how much damage can even a Granger deal when his enemies have high mobility? The Suyo, he can just dive in and dive out. The Beatrix, she has a dash. The Khalid is there for the front line, and then comes this Sicilian who has enough amount of damage to just poke him down while he is the one trying to deal some damage. So for the side of DS, they don't have that kind of a late game as compared to that of the Beatrix and the Sicilian, who will be doing the majority of the work. But look at that, another team fight about to break up at the Lord, I believe, Itami.
I do agree, and Jazz might be, trying to land some visions onto his team. Raging Sandstorm
But
kill.
okay, Suyo finds the kill onto Haitatsu. The base is going to be left wide open and the easy lord for the side of Senju got one ball. Team DS not looking so strong at the moment because the lanes are going to be synced perfectly. And with that, Team Senju has got a major advantage in this game.
Exactly. And yeah, the Lord is about to be spawning. And if the lane sync is actually up to the point, then without getting any kill trees, they actually might be able to end this game as well, unless Team Dakusena actually pulls up a really good defense and Haitatsu getting the immortality just in case if he's fallen down. But even though he tries to do that teleportation play from the back or maybe from the front, it won't be mattering much because all of the members from the side of Team Senju, they will be heading onto the crystals directly. The lane sync is quite up to the point from the top and the bot. The towers are yet, the minions are yet to be arriving, but a team fight coming up.
Okay, but look at that. The Lord is going to be chunked down left and right. The Granger is trying his best to clear out Amazon, but the Curse of Light catches four of them under the base. Haitatsu forces to flicker out. Yamraj finds a kill onto Amocha. Two members down from the side of Senju. Got one ball. Explore finds the kill onto Coconut. Four down. Cecilian being the lone survivor, but Haitatsu is chasing for the last time as if it's the last in his life. The Bat's piece gets used up. The Flicker gets used up. The Sanguine Claws gets used up. Everything is gone and done and dusted because Team DS is now going to be marching down the mid lane. They have 15 seconds on the clock if they want to do something, but I don't think anything is going to be possible because the mid lane tier 2 is the only thing they can possibly take down because those cannon minions, they just restricted all the normal minions from the side of Team DS.
Oh, but still, Senju somehow actually did defended that one, and yeah, 4 for 0 treat, but still, Team DS not having the minions for their side, they were not end it out for now. Amocha trying to pokes onto Jazz. He will be retreating, and Beatrix was trying to get some visions onto that bush as well, but still not getting any trades. And looks like Team Dakusina, they will not back down anytime soon with a proper team fight coming up. So that next lot coming up onto the next 45 seconds, that that lot dance as well as that trades coming up from them might be deciding the future of the game.
Exactly. So, in the honestly, at this point, Xavier has such a high damage potential that one ult of his is wiping out half of Beatrix's HP. So that is one of the only win conditions that Dakusena has, other than the fact that if all of Granger's bullets hit that Beatrix or Sicilian somehow or the other, bypassing the Khalid, the Carmilla, the Suyo, and just try to take down those damage dealers, that is the only way Dakusena is going to be possibly finding an opening. As for Senju got one ball, they're just going to be taking down the Lord, syncing up their lanes and waiting for that last push. And here Patroclus will be the one trying to look for a possible engage. Jazz is going to be going in. The Carmela is there. Haitatsu though uses the shortcut onto his Beatrix, forces him to flicker out. Bunny Valentine finds the kill onto him. There's the opening they need, but Bunny Valentine is going to be chased down left and right. Gets taken down by the Suyo. The backlines are still fighting, but look at that, the immortality getting popped out in the finest possible time. The killing spree is secured by the Xborg though. But here Haitatsu and Xavier fighting for their lives alongside a Mocha takes them down. Xborg does get his Virag armor just on time, uses the lasting insanity at a perfect possible time. The Lord is going to be marching down, so they need to recall, they need to clear this thing out if they want to push down with those cooldown timers. But no, Coconut is going to be there to take down alongside the Lord 4 members of Team DS, clearing out 1 Lord, and the effort which they are needing. But Khalid with the play onto Xborg finds the kill, is going to be going down for that base all by himself. The minions are also there. He gets taken down, though the base is wide open. The minions, they need to clear it out. The media crown gets used up, takes him back to the base. But the minions, oh my goodness, nothing is going to be saving them from a level 3 enhanced Lord. Senju got 1 ball, finds the first win in this best of 3.
Oh my god, that was, that actually came out of the box. That Lord fight was, the Lord fight was one of the key point for the side of Team DS. They were able to find more trades onto that, but still that Khalid remaining as well as getting final kill was the final blow for the side of Team DS. So he directly went onto the base. The lane sync was quite up to the point as well, and he didn't even care about anyone taking anyone down after that, and he directly went onto the base and ending the game as well as getting that 1 lead, like the match point for the side of Team Senju. So yeah, definitely the MVP actually is going to be that Beatrix, but still I would say Khalid actually played out really well onto that final fight. So it actually did decide it, and maybe if the Khalid was also not alive, then maybe the Team DS would have been able to defend this one, but still overextension actually ended up costing them this match.
Exactly so, and Shinju got 1 ball, finds that first win with a perfect victory into that best of 3. And now, as we will be waiting for the second game to come up, Team Daaku Sena here, they really need to think out their strategies. They need to pick up a little bit more of that late game. And if you have noticed, the Granger actually had only 3 kills, but he still kept his Sky Piercer. So it might just have been a bit better if he could pick up on a possible other defense item, maybe the Immortality or even another damage item such as the Rose Gold to counter that Sicilian. It would have helped them a little bit more, because a Sky Piercer without stacks, that's really no use right there. And with that, this will be game number 1, and we will soon be back after a very short break.
So we are back on to the quarterfinals match number between Team Dakusina, this time taking the left, going up against Team Senju got one ball on to the right. So Senju got one ball, they are on the match point, and Team Dakusina a try situation for them because if they are not able to pull this off, then they will be going down. And Senju got one ball will be the one who will be going out to the next stage. But the draft phase has already begun. I'll be a caster Itami for this match, and joining me will be another caster. Once again, it is going to be Sarah. So, Sarah, we are on to the draft phase, and the bans have already begun.
Okay, we are here in towards the game number two, and this time, luckily and hopefully, we won't have any other technical glitches, and the ban phase will be completed successfully. As for the bans, though, they are the exact same as we have been seeing since the previous game. This time, the Hayabusa is the only new ban coming in from the side of DS, and the Chip Respect ban going to be coming in from the side of Senju got one ball. As for Team DS, they definitely have the opportunity to pick up on the Sicilian in this game, and yep, that is exactly what they do. Now, Team Senju got one ball, can definitely go in for that Bruno or even the Granger. They can secure it for themselves. They can pick up a Garotkaja to counter out the backline of Team Dakusena. So it all depends on the game plan of Team Senju got one ball. Or very confidently, they could even go in for a Suyo first pick, and of course, they exactly that is what they do.
Yup, and this time it is going to be Yamraj on Sicilian. So yeah, definitely Team Dakusena. Once they see the Sicilian Open, they are the one who are actually going out Sicilian, considering how comfortable Yamraj is with the Sicilian. And from the side of Team Senju, one ball got one ball. They have decided to go out with the Matilda, followed by the Suyo. So maybe that Matilda Alpha combo would have been, a go-to pick, but apparently it is going to be a Suyo. They don't want to give it out, and from the side of Team DS, the immediate response this time it is going to be that Bruno onto the goal lane. So I am expecting a Granger pick coming up from the side of Team Senju because the Granger will be a good answer for that Bruno. And if Granger is not picked out, then definitely onto the second ban phase, he is definitely getting banned out.
Exactly so. And as for the third ban of Senju got one ball, though they really need to pick up on the Granger if they want to counter that Bruno in the lane, because otherwise those goal laners are just going to be getting banned out from the side of DS. So Funny Valentine can scale up with that Bruno easily and carry the match. But okay, it seems like they are listening to us this time, and they do pick up on the Granger. And the possible bans coming out in the second phase, though, we could see a Khalid ban coming in. We could see the export getting banned out by the side of Senju got one ball. But then again, a Lin would be a better ban, though, here in this case. And considering the fact that even the Phobius is open, so those EXP lanes and jungles would be the actual bans coming in by both of these teams.
I do agree, and yeah, the jungler for Team Senju most probably is like, so they will be for the side of Team Dakusina be prioritizing that EXP lane or maybe the mid laner ban. So for the side of Team Senju, they are going out with the jungler as we expected, and that is going to be that Alpha. And yeah, Alpha, combined with the Matla would have been better, but still they have decided to ban it out because for that Suyo, Alpha is actually a really good matchup because he is not exactly a counter, but still a really formidable kind of an opponent for that Suyo. And from the side of Team Dakusena, it is going to be that Khalid, the flex pick getting banned out. So yeah, Khalid is quite comfortable even onto the roam as well as onto the EXP. So an expected strong ban coming up as the response, as well as a Fredrin ban coming up. So yeah, two jungler bans already from the side of Team Senju, which means for the mid lane, the Sicilian is already picked out. So for the side of Team Senju, they are not banning out the mid laner, and it can be an Aurora, maybe the Vexana, or maybe even the Eve as well. Eve is doing quite well onto this patch too. That real world manipulation plays, if actually caught it up right onto the point, then she will be able to dish out a lot of damage as well as you know she will be able to outposition her opponents with that ultimate.
Exactly so. And with the Khalid and the Hylos bands, the Bruno is going to have a much easier time than we can possibly expect because there isn't that kind of a backline dive coming in from the side of Senju got one ball this time. The Gatotkacha is still open though, and that's a pretty viable choice to be picked up in the EXP. But no, they're going to steal away that glue from Jez. Oh my bad, the Gatotkacha is already picked up by the side of Team Takusena. Sorry. So with that, Team DS here will have to look for a proper front line to give to that Sicilian as well as the Bruno. The CC is still available against a glue, but then again, that's the limitation of picking up EXP laners. A Phoveus would pretty much work well in this kind of a draft, considering the fact there's a Matilda and a Guiding Winds Dash is going to be providing the passive which Phoveus needs to ult. And so that would be the deciding factor for the side of Team GS as well as Team Senju as to what their final pick is going to be. The Phobius and CC definitely open for DS, but then again, knowing his Jazz, he could just experiment and pick up a Masha for no reason. But okay, it is going to be the CC as well as the Ling getting picked up by Team DS. They lack a bit of frontline, but there's a great amount of damage potential coming in from their side, while Team Senju still needs their mage and a possible Valentina or Eve pick might come in pretty handy for them.
I do agree. And okay, a Ling, after the rise of many other junglers, we haven't seen quite often like we did onto the tournament scene. And okay, they don't want to apparently don't they don't want to give out Faramis too. And the Faramis would have been not picked out from the side of Team DS anyways, because the Sicilian was the first pick priority. It will be them picking out the Faramis, and Valentina will not be that answer, unfortunately. So yeah, Faramis with that Nether Realm, he can do that game changer kind of plays for the side of Senju. So if you ask me in terms of the draft, both of the draft are quite really strong, and it will be depending upon more upon the execution part as well. Whichever team they will have that, like whichever team capitalizing more onto that early game aggression will be the ones being quite formidable onto the game as well. But for the side of Team DS, they have the Sicilian, so definitely Sicilian is a late game insurance for them. If the game actually goes out to the late, then the Sicilian as well as the Bruno will be the ones dishing out a lot of damage. And Bruno, he will not like he will not be relying onto that full build. If he is combined with the Hastros as well as the Malefic gun, then definitely on the team fights he will be having quite much of an impact as well, Sarah.
Exactly. And as we can see for the drafts here, Team Senju got one ball, has the early game with that Suyo as well as the late game with that Faramis and Glue, while the side of Team DS is has a much more scaling comp with the Sicilian, the Bruno, as well as the Ling. So they will really have to hold it out in this game if they want to take away the win. Settle the score for a 1-1 instead of just letting Team Senju clean sweep them with a 2-0.
Yup, and I guess we will be heading on to the game soon. So yeah, looking at the draft, I will say it once again. So yeah, the early game aggression will one of the main reasons, like when one of the key objectives for both of the sides too. And Ling, after getting his templates of blades, he will be able to like initiate more onto the team fights as well. Suyo as well as the Ling, they will be having that kind of a skill set which will be helping them to secure the turtle, having that advantage to secure that turtle. Suyo with that immune skill as well as Ling with his templates of blades. So the objective kind of a jungler, both of the sides, and Ling, if he is able to complete that crit build, then definitely he will be having that impact on, like his impact on the game will be definitely be seen. So Haitatsu onto that Gatot Kacha. So yeah, Gatot being a flex pick here, Gatot most probably he will be combined with a revitalize, and he will be able to taunt that ranger maybe, and able to land, able to get his team onto a position to take down that Granger. But looks like finally we are onto the game. This is going to be the match number two, game number two between team. Senju got one ball going up against Team Dakusina. Senju got one ball, actually having the match point for now. But for the side of Team Dakusina, it is a do or die situation for them. So definitely they need to pull it off this game. So here we go onto the land of dawn.
And then, welcome back to this land of warriors, everyone. The land of dawn is calling for you. And the early game itself is going to be seeing a lot of poke coming in by both of these teams, especially by the Granger, who's going to be trying to stop that Bruno from taking away those gold minions. But look at that, the early game aggression coming in onto the Ling as they're trying to deny him of that blue buff, and it does not. It actually gets stolen away by Amocha. So now the Ling has no blue buff in the early game. So that's already a major setback coming in for the side of Team DS. But look at that, once again another early game aggression coming in. So now Team DS is on the major back foot for now.
I highly agree. A huge advantage because Ling will be entirely dependent on and getting invaded like that, as well as getting a buff or like a purple buff stolen like that is definitely a no for the Link. He will be not able to join up onto that team fights, and that dashes will like requiring a lot of mana, and not having that purple buff is quite a disadvantage already onto the mid side. We were seeing some pokes coming up, but still no trades by far. Amocha has already started to contest onto the turtle, and it might be an uncontested turtle for the side of Team Senju.
Exactly. So the even the goal lead is in favor of Team Senju by now. A 1k goal lead in their favor, and those constant invades by Amocha as well as the Matilda onto Link's jungle means that the Link will get no farm, and the scaling for the side of Team DS is just going to keep getting delayed over and over again, and that is where the early game snowball is going to be coming in from the side of Team Senju. And look at that, the Granger doing his best to poke out the Bruno as much as possible, but those Rhapsody bullets as well as the Death Sonata is hitting so perfectly that the Bruno is getting poked down over and over again. The Sanguine Claws being used up towards the blue buff bush for the Link to finally secure the first blue buff of the game, which he will successfully manage to do this time.
Yep, and okay, the Ling finally getting a room to breathe for now, at least getting getting both of his birds actually, and yeah, Team Senju still having that advantage, even though first blood is yet to be drawn. 1k goal lead for them already, and looks like some skirmishes happening around on the drop side.
Exactly. So the Sicilian getting poked out quite a lot. The AOG aimed perfectly but didn't actually hit anyone because they managed to sidestep it quite well. Look at Amucha, the goes in with the blade surge and finds the kill on towards the Sicilian. A black of a bit of that map awareness coming in from the side of Team DS because Amucha here is absolutely playing so well on that Suyo. Look at that, the early game aggression coming in on towards the goal lane. The Faramis uses up the Nether Realms to give his teammates a second life. Bruno fighting for his life under that turret, but will be taken down easily by the circling eagle. Look at that, the Rhapsody, it and the Death Sonata, it doesn't exactly connect. Suyo, he is just trying to poke down Aitatsu as much as possible, gets the lifesteal from his passive, but it won't be enough to keep him alive. Yamurazu is trying to go in solo against three major damage dealers. That's not the best of decisions, as Granger will be forced to flicker out of the situation.
Yep, and yeah, Granger living life, but Team Senju already having quite of an advantage, as well as that goal lead favorable for their side. So the kill count is also favorable for them. Amocha once again might be getting that uncontested turtle for himself unless Lings comes up with a really good play, but apparently he doesn't even want to be contesting it. Instead, he wants to go out with his purple and uncontested turtle for the side of Team Senju. They are having quite of an advantage, at least for now, and Patroclus, he will be taking his time to actually farm it out and be more like contributing on to the next coming team fights.
Exactly. So, as for the items, though, the Sicilian built up a clock first. So, his glowing one is going to be delayed, and Matilda's heals will be hitting a lot more. Even the Matilda went in for a Dreadnought armor as her first item. So, the Flask of Oasis will be getting built up a little later than expected. But then again, they have the Faramis, and look at that. Those engages are just coming in so perfectly, and Jazz has no sustain right now whatsoever. Only the War Axe coming into play play for him. Team DS really needs to think this through if they want to make a comeback. They're already 3k in deficit and will have to look for those plays. Look at the top lane though. Hekatsu trying to help down Funny Valentine, but things are definitely looking risky for the side of Team DS now.
Indeed, and yeah, Dakusena not having any kills as well as the tower lead already going for the side of Team Senju got one. They if they actually hold it out onto the late game, maybe the outcome might be quite different after getting those trees. But for now, it is looking quite favorable for the side of Team Senju too, because yeah, Funny Valentine trying to like almost getting quite poked down. But okay, Coconut getting a solo kill onto that CC off cam, and Ling might be coming up to for that initiation, but no, he will be retreating because he doesn't have his purple yet.
Exactly so. And but look at that, Yamraj getting a bit of that power spike now that he is getting his items. Finally, the AOG lands only onto the glue, which is not the best of trades. The blade surge comes in by a motor. Sanguine Claws manages to catch two of them, but Matilda's guiding winds will be dealing a lot of damage and to just protect them back into safety. And even on towards the top lane, Ling secures his blue, but Granger will be taking down the tier 1, and now Team Senju is definitely at a huge lead as compared to that of the first game at this moment.
Another uncontested turtle for the side of Team Senju. So yeah, at this point, Team DS they are not getting that opening they actually needed. So Yamraj already have been fallen down once. If he is able to stack it up, and then maybe onto the team fights, the outcome might be quite different. But the goal lead quite favorable for the side of Team Senju, and if they are able to keep up with that momentum onto the team fights as well, they will be the ones getting those more trades as well as that objectives. That will be quite advantages for the team. Will be oh my god, Patroclus was so poked down and almost getting taken down, but still he will be able to escape. Haitatsu getting quite poked down as well, but still he will be on a dicey position for now, and he will be forced to retreat, making that Granger able to secure another tower, but they are diving in.
Okay, but look at that, Yamraj having less than 1 HP will be taken down by Shenzu from Ohio with those damage dealers from his first kill. Even the Nether Realms was used up. Jazz trying to run away from the situation, but will be taken down right away by Granger as Patroclus sneakily takes down the mid lane tier 1. He's doing his best as a Ling that he can possibly do, trying to split push, trying to take down those objectives, gets the Tempest of Blades onto the Granger, will be missing out because
oh my god,
Sonata connects onto him. That's a play equivalent to which Innocent did onto Chibi back in M6, but the damage coming in by the Suyon towards the blue buff takes down the Bruno with one hit. That is just how good Senju is right now.
I'm kind of getting the deja vu, like you mentioned, is being quite formidable onto this game. Like that Sonata is already dishing out so much of damage, and he is able to capitalize onto it as well. The Lord about to be spawning, and it might be an uncontested Lord for the side of Team Senju. And apparently, yeah, they are taking their time and they are making sure nobody from the side of Team Dakusena actually comes up to invade that Lord as well. And Team DS are no way on a position to be contesting for that Lord as well. It will be the first uncontested Lord for the side of Team Senju.
Exactly so. They secured the lot, and the score is a wild 0-10 on the scoreboard, and a 9k goal lead in favor of that of Team Senju. That just shows at how good they are on the heroes which they are currently playing, as well as their potential as a team, because they are just dominating the entire map, have that control, taking down the objectives, even the tier 2 turrets and such. And it is such a feast to the eyes to watch new teams like these to take down those objectives left and right against well-known teams like DS. So Team DS here really lacking in their team fight situation today.
Yep, and looks like it will, yeah, they will be able, at least for now, but they are trying to get that trades onto that Bruno as well. Ling not having his purple, he will not be able to dash out that much, but apparently that inhibitor tower from the taken down. Yep, it will be taken down most probably, but still no. They were able to defend it somehow. And from the side of Team Dakusina, it only remains the inhibitor towers, and Team Senju actually playing it out quite disciplined as well, not overextending any team fights, but the Netherlands being forced out.
Okay, but the Netherlands gets forced out. The AOG is there though. Shenzu from Ohio flickers out of that situation and will be looking to escape with the guiding winds, and they successfully managed to do that. But the glue gets the double immobilized under the turret as the Granger finds a killing spree. Patroclus with a shutdown though, and Team DS with a 1-for-1. That's a major shutdown coming in from their side, but will it be enough to force them for a comeback? The damage is there. The Sicilian and the Bruno are dealing as much damage as possible. But Yamraj, you need to play it safe. Flicker baited out by the Granger. So here, definitely that was a very risky move, but I think it paid off in the long run.
Indeed, and okay, yeah, at least Team Dakusina getting the first, yeah, the first tower for themselves, at least for now, and they are playing it quite disciplined as well. Dakusina getting first kill as well onto this game. So yeah, it was one-sided. It is still one-sided actually, and Team Senju having almost a 10k goal lead. They will be most probably waiting for that next 30-second Lord instead of over initiating any team fights, because for the side of Team DS, they still have the Sicilian. So Yamraj, even though even if he doesn't get any kills, that bat impact will be able to dish out quite some decent amount of damage till now, because it's already been on to the late phases of the game, and the Lord about to be spawning, and it might be another uncontested Lord unless Patroclus comes up with a clutch pay with his purple buff being secured, but still the purple buff is yet to be coming, and looks like the Lord has already been spawned, and Amocha has already started to contest the Lord. Granger as well as the Matilda trying to do that follow up as well, and that CC trying to get some vision, but okay, Patroclus might be actually trying to get that last hit onto that Lord, but yeah, he is getting quite poked down by that glue, and he will not be able to do so. The Lord getting taken down from the side of Team Senju. So yeah, another uncontested Lord. And this time, most probably, two or three, or maybe even the crystal might be secured from the side of Team Senju if the initiation as well as the lane sync as well as that follow up is up to the point. Patroclus was getting quite poked down, but he will be able to retreat, at least for now.
Okay, but the glue is chasing
Oh.
him though. He has to use up his Tempest of Blades. I don't know why he's staying
Oh
there.
my
He
god.
walked out, but Lisa finds the kill onto him. The Matilda forum is on the glue. Perfect rotation just to stop him from going back to his base, leaving Diaz void of that one member. It's now a 4v5 as then Nat's Lord is going to be marching down the mid lane with those perfectly synced waves of minions. Funny Valentine not being able to deal damage as required, and he will have to be the one to take down that Lord, because Sicilian alone won't be enough, because CC is down, taken down by Granger. Another innocent level play coming in by him, but then again Yamraj getting poked out left and right. Haitatsu trying to frontline as much as possible. The Sanguine Claws not catching any. The War Axe goes in, finds the kill. Haitatsu not being able to use up that AOG to get back onto his base, and Patroclus gets one-shotted by the Granger. This is why you should never leave a Granger open. Ceylon trying to use the bad impact to try and find a kill, but the Death Sonata is giving him so much lifesteal. The Flicker play comes in. The Flicker Rhapsody not getting to hit them here, but the Flask of Voice passive gets triggered. Bruno trying to deal as much damage as possible. Those Death Sonatas hitting left and right. Jazz finds the curtain call onto Matilda as well as the Granger, but they will have to back up as far as possible.
Oh my god, somehow they were able to defend it, but still it's only the crystal remaining for the side of Team DS, and it's kind of like a deja vu that happened onto the previous game. So maybe this time it will be that third enhanced slot that will be actually able to end that game, unless Team Dakusena actually comes up with a clutch play this time and they are able to find that trades that they need. But still, by far, looking at their itemizations, Team Senju are the ones who have almost completed their full builds as well. So you're only having that one item remaining for himself to be acquired in order to go full build. And that Granger is already onto a full build. And he has, as the last item, he has decided to go out with the immortality. That will give him, that will actually buy him some time to swap items as well. and the Lord about to be spawning. They are like Dakusena are trying their best actually to find some trees, but apparently that is not happening at least for now. And if a really big team fight brawls up, I most probably think it is going to be Team Senju got one ball with more advantage because the goal lead as well as that itemization are favorable for them. But a team fight coming up.
Hey, but look at that. The blade surge did connect, but Patroclus successfully managed to get escape from that situation. Just trying to mark down the glue, which is not the best of decisions, but the glue gets taken down though. He will be taken down in the situation because there is the damage coming in. Team DS will be looking to go for that Lord engage, but the AOG only catches a Mocha, but he is getting poked down left and right, and a Mocha will be securing that kill so easily. Yamraj now left all alone. He does have the flicker. He will not be using it though. Even the Tempest of Gaze getting used up. Honey Valentine trying to look for the engage, finds the kill onto Mocha,
Oh
but the
my
next
god.
Mocha connects once again, and
You
even the
know?
immortality connects it. Okay, Bruno is low. The Rhapsody comes into
Oh
play. He
no.
is getting the lifesteal, but will it be enough? But no,
Oh.
the next Sonata connects the triple kill for that Granger as he takes down the crystal, and Senju with one ball secures a 2-0 clean sweep in this best of three.
Man, oh man. You know, that Bruno actually came up with quite of a defense. Still, it was not enough. That immortality play was one of the reasons why Granger actually got that final kill, as well as that final nail onto the coffin for the side of Team Dakusena. For the side of Team Senju, got one ball, qualifying for the semifinals. And yeah, Dakusena will be the one falling down. It was a complete sweep. So I like, personally, I did thought Dakusina actually might come up with a comeback, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. The better team actually won, and it was Team Senju got one ball for this match, for this series, and they will be the one victorious and moving on to the next stages. So yeah, Granger definitely is the MVP of this onto this game, and definitely Granger is a really good answer against that Bruno onto the goal lane as well.
Exactly so, Itami and Team DS, despite a good draft, they were lacking onto that front line. Damage alone wasn't enough to take down that Granger who was so fed and farmed up, along with the Suyo who just went in and killed out the main damage dealers from the side of Team DS. So that is where Team Senju got the upper hand in this draft, especially that Glue and Faramis pick on towards the mid to late game, and even the Matilda who played out so perfectly with this kind of a draft. And that is why Team Senju took away a 2-0. Even their rotation was somehow felt stronger than that of what we have been seeing from the side of Team DS. And not to mention though, Funny Valentine has been back after a long time, so hopefully, we will see DS with better drafts and better synergy in the future rounds and tournaments. But for now, this will be it for the first day of the quarterfinals, and we will be taking our leads very soon because this was a 2-0 clean sweep, and tomorrow we will be back with two other exciting best of threes. This is me, Sarah, along with Itami, taking our leads for tonight.
I really have what it takes? What if I lose my way? Is it really worth it? Will everything come crashing down?
These two are back again?
No.
How far will they get
Without this competition,
Guess we'll have to
I
wait
would
and
have
see.
never met Dexter or dreamed of reaching for the stars. Let's burn as bright as we can, Dexter, till the very end.
One spark is all it takes to ignite the star!